stole from a guy who was like actively overdosing one time. No, me and my friends, we thought this guy grew some weed. And because it was this Jamaican guy, pretty racist looking back on it. It was just a Jamaican guy.
Upstate New York, baby.
But he had his like windows were boarded up, so I was like, that's a sign of a guy that sells weed. And then we saw him leave for the store one day, and we were like, all right, we're gonna go in that guy's house and take his weed plants. And then in the time that we went back in my friend's house to get, I don't even know what we got, maybe like a hoodie. But in the we thought that guy had left, and basically he didn't leave. He just like went to his car and then went back in his house. And then we went in his house, and then because the door was unlocked, and we were like, I remember my friend opened it, and I was like, this is gonna be locked, and then it wasn't locked, and I was like, now we're here. And then we went in his house, and there was a big like plate on the kitchen, like on the counter. And it was this white shit, and I was like, that's Coke. That's definitely Coke. We're taking that. And then I didn't know what to do with it at the time. And then we took that, and then we were looking around for weed plants, and we couldn't find them. And then there was this curtain, or like a closet with a sheet over it, and it had lights behind it. And I was like, that's where the weed plants are. And we pulled it back, and the guy was there. He was in there. It was so bright because he was sitting behind like a huge MacBook monitor.
Oh my god!
And he was like nodding out.
Like the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to the junkie behind the curtain.
Dude, he was just nodding out. And then, come to find out, it wasn't Coke on the plate, it was opium.
Oh, Jesus.
And we sold, it ended up being like 5 ounces of opium, and we sold it for $500.
Whoa.
Which, looking back on it, that was worth like a couple $1,000. But we were like,
what a great deal.
yeah, we were like, $500 is incredible. And yeah. That was pretty hog wild, dude.
That is
Oh my
extremely
God.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what was on the MacBook monitor?
Oh,
No, I
Now I'm
don't.
curious.
That's a good
I
question.
don't.
He was watching Impractical Boners.
I just
Like
remember
Mom's
being
square nuts.
blown away that this guy, because he was like leaned over, and I thought he was gonna turn around and kill me. And then I looked at him for a second. He was like doing this shit, like the nodding out shit.
Wait, so was there any paraphernalia, or did he just like snort?
I don't know.
everything?
I assumed he snorted it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there was no like tied off arm.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, because I don't know if you could shoot opium.
I don't really
know what
know
you do
either,
with
yeah.
pure opium.
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess
not really sure
snort it.
either.
Or smoke it? I don't know.
That's what I was thinking, like smoking it.
But that's what the guy told us. He's like, oh, this is pure opium. And I remember him telling us that nobody does opium anymore. So we were like, oh, it's probably not worth anything. And then come to find out, like, that's what you use to make heroin. So it was the main ingredient. Yeah, it was worth so much money.
Oh my god. Did he ever like suspect that y'all took it from him?
No. I mean, we didn't even know the guy, really.
It's
He
just the guy that you
lived-
watched.
Yeah. He, like, lived across the street from my friend.
Holy
That
shit.
rule. How'd you know the weed plants were in there?
They weren't. There was no weed plants. We assumed there was weed plants because he was a Jamaican. They boarded up in
It was hard. It was much harder drugs.
Yeah, we got no weed out of it. I don't even think I got any of the $500 looking back, because it was 3 of us. I think they just split the money up, and I went home and I was like, that was fucking nuts.
You got a Hog Wild story, is what you got.
Yeah, I knew this would happen someday.
Was this like a one-time thing too, or did you and your friend like try to do this multiple times? Like now that you know
Not-
that this guy is kind of an easy mark.
Not to that guy.
Okay.
We did often steal things, but not like from people's houses that they were in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, alright, so there's a lot of lakes in upstate New York, and it gets cold, so people are only on the lake houses in the winter. Or in the summer, so you could go in there in the winter and like grab a 32-inch TV, and that's a big thing when you're 15. But yeah, it was just like dumb shit like that. And then stealing weed plants. I remember we found out that, okay, this time we did steal weed plants. We found out, we did that a lot actually. But,
How easy are weed plants to steal?
dude, not hard. So if you download Google Earth and pay for it, if you get the free version of Google Earth, then you just get like a once a week update on what's happening, or like they update it however often.
Oh shit.
If you pay for it, they do a live update, and it updates maybe every hour or two, and it's just a new picture, so you can see where weed plants are.
Oh,
Yeah.
These people like carrying them on Google Earth.
Well, it was people up there that we just assumed grew weed, because I don't know, it's a small town, people have a lot of land, you know who's a stoner. So you're like, that person's got to be growing weed. And you just go in Google Earth and like scroll in on their backyard.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did some fucking drug intel.
That's amazing.
Yeah. There was a lot of people. Dude, we stole weed from this one guy that sold weed to my dad. And I probably shouldn't be saying this one, but I don't care. This was mad long ago. This was so long ago. This is like 2011. This is 11 years ago. So
Dru Montana found dead in Philadelphia.
I don't even know if this guy's alive anymore. But
We hope not, dude. For the sake of you, we hope this guy's dead.
If you think he's talking about you, it's probably not you.
this is like before I knew like measurements of weed. But all I know is we had a ping pong table's worth of weed.
That is a lot of weed.
I mean, that's also including like the stalks and the roots and shit. But we had all these plants in my friend's van, and we got them back and threw them on a ping pong table, and it was a whole ping pong table's worth of weed.
Oh my god.
That
Sunday.
Nobody knows we're hog